Jesus Christ. All right, how you doing? Okay, so now, are you familiar with the three men pictured in these images?
This is Malcolm X.
Okay.
This is Jesus.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
That's Marcus Garvey. Okay, so now, out of those three, point to the one that's most important to you in your life today.
Jesus, of course.
Okay, now, this is the follow-up question. So, who is Jesus? Is Jesus God?
No, he's God's son.
Okay, he's God's son.
Yeah.
So then, is God white?
I don't believe God is any race.
Okay. All of you. I want all of you. Out of the three guys you see pictured, point to the one that's most important to you in your life today. Okay, fair enough. Now, out of those three men, point to the one that's most important in your life today. Jesus. Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Everybody agree with that. Okay, who is Jesus?
Jesus is God's son.
Jesus is God's son. Y'all all agree with that?
Yep.
Okay, so is God white?
Yes.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August the 4th, 2016. In that video, you saw these kids choosing Jesus, the picture of who they assume to be Jesus Christ, which it isn't Jesus Christ. It's a picture of a king's son. I forget his name. But that video is a short clip of a movie someone sent me, and a documentary, some type thing, like investigation about Jesus. And in that short clip, you can tell that African American children have been brainwashed into believing that this individual known as Jesus Christ is the most important person in their lives. An invisible being that you cannot see, you cannot touch, you cannot talk to, you can have nothing to do with. You can't talk to him, you can't touch him, can't communicate with him, he can't give you anything, you cannot give him nothing. A false individual is the most important. This is like, those kids would be better off believing in the Leprechaun Man, or the Tooth Fairy, or any other Santa Claus, any other false fictional tale that at least we know those other ones are fictional, where some of us actually think Jesus Christ was real and existed. He didn't. I don't know how we got to this point. With so many of these young children, I grew up in a generation of children who were brainwashed into believing. Even as a little kid, I was kind of like, something ain't right about this. I could see through it even as a little kid. I had a lot of questions. I just didn't believe. I just didn't. I never did. Never have. Because I knew better. I said, there's something's not right about this. This is not. Where is this individual? When do we talk to him? He's coming back from where? When do we speak to him? We put all our faith and hope in something that you cannot see, you cannot touch, you cannot talk to, that you cannot give them nothing, they cannot give you anything. But when we talk to little kids that Jesus loves you, really? And this mess has been brainwashed into another generation of African American children. And it's doing severe damage to our communities, and we can't even see it. When you look around, if you put all your faith and hope in something that don't exist, what do you think's going to happen? One thing I've learned about black communities, when you drive through these black communities, some of the most poverty-stricken communities I've ever seen, they have a church literally on every corner. Every corner. And sometimes not every corner, throughout the block. I was in Michigan, where was that? I forget the city, Pontiac, Michigan. I've never seen so many churches in my entire life. This was last summer. I mean, I was shocked at all the churches they have in that poverty-stricken city. They're everywhere. So all they had was a bunch of churches sucking up everybody's money. I've been looking at homes in the Vine City, English Avenue area here in Atlanta. I'm looking at all these damn churches back up in there off Bankhead Highway and Donald Lee Howell Roads and Joseph P. Lott. It's a church everywhere. All these damn worthless ass churches down there. It's just ridiculous. Because black folks believe in this nonsense. And we teach our children this mess. That video scared me. It's frightening that those little kids look at that mess and chose Jesus as the most important person in life, or who they assume was Jesus. And that ain't even Jesus. Because he doesn't exist. Jesus is a fictional tale. He never existed. A false story that's been beaten to our head and beaten to our head and brainwashed and put into our brain. It's just ridiculous and sad. But looking at that video, it saddened me actually, because I'm thinking, okay, when does this foolishness end? I guess ultimately for black people it would never end, because we don't want to do any research or reading. We take this Bible to be such a real book. So we don't want to do any research, we don't want to do any reading, we don't want to go out and investigate things. And then we find out, sadly in life, with all that hope and prayer that you've placed in this individual, all this hope and belief is false. Some people are waking up. Not a lot, but a lot of African Americans, a lot of black Americans are waking up. A lot of blacks around the world. It's much worse in Africa, unfortunately. But a lot of blacks are waking up and realizing this Jesus mess don't exist. It never did exist. You can't go through life putting your hope in something that's false, fake, and make-believe. Because when you do that, you end up with what we have. Communities filled with dysfunctional people who don't know how to survive. I've heard people say, oh, no, all I got is Jesus. That's all I got left. If all you got left is Jesus, your ass is really bad off. Because that's like saying all you got left is the leprechaun man. All you got left is Santa Claus. A unicorn. All you got left is the man on the moon. None of these things exist. Black people have got to stop putting their hope and belief in something that's false and fictional. For some people, a lot of you are going to be offended by this video. Wake up. I wish I could reach to the screen and slap you. Hard across the damn face. Just wake up. Stop chasing behind something that don't exist, that does you no good, that does nothing but harm our communities. Bulldoze all those damn churches in these communities and chase those people out of these false pastors and preachers preaching this nonsense. They need to be chased out of there with broomsticks. And churches burned down and removed. They've done nothing for our communities. Nothing. But preach false, fake mess. When will we wake up? This is scary. You can find that full movie. I'm going to try to, I'm going to try to post a link to it. I don't know where it is. Somebody sent the actual movie the documentary to me. But it's on the internet somewhere. But it's very interesting to watch that, to see how brains are, how we don't even know who important people that really existed. We don't even know who they are, but we know who Jesus is, or who we think he is. This has to change. We cannot continue to teach this nonsense to our children. We cannot continue to have generation after generation believe in this bullshit. When does this nonsense end? When do we take a stand and say enough? No more. It has to end. If you like my videos, click like, share them with family members and friends. I know a lot of you all believe in this false Jesus character. He doesn't exist. I'm sorry to tell you this. He's a fake, fictional story. Anyway, I'm out of here. Enjoy your Thursday.